Hello and welcome back to Mondo 8-bit. In this video I take care of this mighty Classic 2 Macintosh. It's a donation and I hope to fix it and make it working again. I tried to turn on this Classic 2, but it continuously resets itself and the monitor is vibrating a lot. Then, this is the to-do list. I have the proper tools. Actually, these are from the era, I mean, it's from my first classic, I think we could say about 1991, 1992, when I expanded the RAM, but it works also with the Classic 2. Okay. Yes. Out. This battery is 30 years old. Luckily the battery has not leaked. The board is very dirty, but it could be resolved with a good clean. Now it's time to check the capacitors. With the help of an USB microscope, it's clear that all the capacitors have leaked. Actually not a surprise, this was really expected. You know that during the 90s all those SMD capacitors were made in a very poor quality. Then there's 100% chance that every motherboard from that era have this problem. Not only from Apple but also from Commodore, like the Amiga 600, Amiga 1200, etc. That it's time to give a first clean to the board with some IPAs. Probably I use the method that I learned from Adrian Black, from Adrian Digital Basement. Try to remove this without breaking the pad. Just I'm not a fan of the SMD soldering, but anyway. Then, with a lot of caution, I start to push down and turn left and right until it came off safely. And yes, the capacitor was really gone. Okay, all the capacitors are removed and these are the corpses. And actually, yes, it's everything has come out well. No pad removed. There's just a lot of gunk. I think that until now I've been lucky because they are leaked, but not too much damage to the board. I could do a proper cleaning under the pad, remove the legs that are still soldered to the board and the cage for the old battery, because I will not put again a lithium battery here, but I want to put proper here 2032. I wash the board with soap and warm water, then spray it with a lot of IPA and let it dry. I cover all the holes and the connectors with tape just to avoid that piece of solder could fall inside. Then I'll start removing all the remaining legs.
One eternity later.
It was boring but needed. time to solder the new capacitors. I'm not really an expert on SMD soldering. Anyhow, with the magic of editing, here we have the finished board. It looks nice. Just need to test. I took a look to the analog board to see if there's broken joints. Everything seems okay. I can try and see if all the problems came from the bad capacitors that were on the board. Let's see and hope. The board seems okay, but the monitor still have problems. Must check the analog board now. With lot of precaution, I grounded a screwdriver and discharged the CRT. Beware because it could be very dangerous due to the high voltage. I removed the first two capacitors. They were leaking a lot. Gunk, dirt, and a very fishy smell. So now I can clean all this and then take care of the case. Some IPA. Much better now. It's time to solder the new capacitors on the board. After a while, I ended this task and cleaned also the power regulator that was a little crusty. Before put all the pieces together again, I want to do a good clean the CRT and refurb the disk drive. Yes, need a lot of TLC. I give a floppy a good clean and some contact cleaner to the switches. Cleaned the read-write head, and I noticed that here in the case, this that is coming from the leaked capacitors. Luckily, I've taken it at the start. There's not too much corroded metal. In the power supply, I saw that the leakage had come here in the connector, so I had to clean everything because it could become a problem. I cleaned the connector with the contact cleaner. I'm waiting for the case to dry. It's looking way better than before. Like this, I'm indeed happy. I let the case dry until tomorrow and then remount every pieces and test Classic 2, hoping that it will work. One day has passed, the case is dry. I can put back the monitor very carefully. The power supply, the recapped power supply. Let's see. It tunes on. Oh yeah, it works, and so the monitor is working. Alive! It's alive! It's alive. Now I'll check the voltages. Let me take the goggles. Okay, 11.5 is a little low. 5 voltages, 4.8, 4.9. Well, I think I repaired the power supply, and by the way, it was the first time I work on a power supply, so I'm quite happy. I just need to see if the hard disk is really dead. drive is dead as a doornail. I found this external dual drive that it's 1 gig, and I created the install disk for the system. Look at it. The Classic 2 starts and is very fast. Which kind of system I installed here now? I installed the system 608L. The Classic 2, when went out, born with the system 701, but there's also the possibility to install on this machine the system 6, special version that works in the Classic 2. I created both the install disk from the images with the shrink wrap. Then I installed them on this disk, and now it works perfectly. I think that we reached a good point. I can put back the cage for the drive inside and close the Classic 2. Now it's working, up and running. I changed all the capacitors on the board and the power supply. And now it's working, yes, with an external drive. I'm very happy. I have to say thank you to Adrian Black from Adrian Digital's Basement, because I followed his videos about it. They are very well made, and I learned a lot from him. I hope you had fun watching this video. If you want, put a like or a comment and subscribe to the channel, because it will help a lot. I hope to see you soon here. Bye!